Hi, this is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network, and welcome to another mail call. This week you can see we've got some stuffs, so let's probably get on with it. Quick little announcements, I guess. I have been actually working on coding stuff, as I've been talking about for the last month or two, and I found something that I think is going to work. So I'll do a little update at the end talking about that. If you guys are interested, you can kind of tune in towards the end of this video. But now let's go ahead and do some stuffs here. Open some stuffs from Osprey. I did get a cute little comment on the last video. Why don't you open these in advance? No. From Osprey, Brittany, 1944. Hitler's Final Defenses in France by Stephen J. Zaloga. He's a busy guy. Technicals, non-standard tactical vehicles from the Great Toyota War to Modern Special Forces by Lee Neville. So that one looks interesting. Probably very interesting, diverse group of subjects there. I got something from, I think, MS Productions. From, I believe they do stuff through Shapeways. So if you can find their stuff on the Shapeways website, I believe they have a store, but probably also throughout, it publishes news and information throughout the hobby sites and so forth. I'm guessing that's how he knows to send stuff to us. Oh, actually, there's a little introduction letter here. There are many products in this package. Some are fragile, and you must handle with care. What follows is a list to be used as reference to identify the individual products. So, yeah, there's 22 items in here. And they range quite a bit. But you can see they're all wrapped in bubble wrap and so forth. If you haven't checked out Shapeways for doing 3D printing, it's a very interesting website. Obviously, anybody who has CAD experience and knows what they're doing can upload to the site. Oh, good, he's numbered them. All right, so like this one is 21, which is the 1/35th scale AN VRC 111 set. But, I'm not going to be able to really show these off too well via this format. This is more about boxes and images and so forth, but we will try to get these kits out. Just give you a kind of a brief idea of what's in here. We've got the, most of these are all 1/35th scale, AN VRC 12 radio set, 120 millimeter barrel for the Meng Abrams kit, Walther PPK set, Macmillan TAC 50 set, Classic Coca-Cola bottles set review set of 9, full set contains 100. Surefire M600 set, holographic weapons sight for the EO Tech, modern 20-ounce soda bottle set, Syncgars radio system, M4 SOP mod crane stock set, SU-233 PVS tactical weapons light set, Carl Gustav M45 Swedish K set, modern soda cans, Mark 29 GMLS set, Chaytak M200 intervention set, square trash bins, round trash bins, another round trash bins, another square trash bins, and AN/VRC 110 set and a 111 set, and then the tank track chock set. So yeah, again, quite a bit of stuff in here. I'll stick it on the website for our samples and get all those posted so we can get some reviews on those individually, but those you can check out on their website. And we have another publication here, in order. Steel Masters, number 156, Le Tiger de Spielberg. Obviously the tiger from the movie Fury. Fury wasn't a Spielberg movie, right? Was he a producer on it? Trying to remember now what his association was with that. I know he didn't direct it. He has 2 movies coming out that he's directed, though. Ready Player One, and what's the other one? There's another one coming out, too, as well. Alright, so we've got a box from Plus Model. And in that box, we have quite a few things. An Aeroline 1/72nd stencil set for the PV2 Neptune. And they show decals here, but It is stencils, I believe. The racks for the PV2 Neptune in 1/72nd scale. Pilot for a World War I Camel in 1/48th scale. The ewers for milk and cream. I did not know that's what those were called, but yeah, we would call those. What do we call those? Canisters? Something. Gasoline stand. Maybe back in the old days they would call them ewers. That one's 1/35th scale. Those are both 1/35th. 1/35th scale fluid tank. Obviously some kind of modern scenario there. And that was it. Box I opened from Tamiya. And this includes the new white box kit they have sent us for the British tank Churchill Mark 7 Crocodile in 1/48th scale. So 1/48th scale kit of the Crocodile. And looks like it's all here in terms of production plastic. And a small decal set. Counterweight. We'll try to get an unboxing video for that one up. We've got a box from MRC, I believe. Yep. Hope everybody's been having a good 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks since I've done this? I think so. And this one is the new, a 1/35th scale German Panzer from Academy. That's kind of a new change of pace for Academy. This is the OS H version mid, I guess. And includes Zimmerit coating decal included. So a decal of Zimmerit. We have some production photos on the side there if you can see them through the glare. But reminds me of the old monogram kit back in the day because it was the same basic armor configuration in terms of side plating and such, and the turret side armor. But interesting, yes, we'll get that one maybe done as well. And then we have a kit here from undisclosed, but it's either going to be TACOM. It's usually TACOM that sends me these watertight boxes. It could be Rye Field or somebody like that too. Oh boy, figuring out how to open these sometimes is a challenge. This is the only time sometimes I will actually like go, okay, I'll just speed through this part. And the watertight challenge. I swear I should just chop these boxes open. Let's not try to even get them. There we go. All right. Did that actually? No, that didn't work the way I expected it to. It's actually a Rye Field model. There we go. Whoa, this thing's big. This thing is huge. All right, so it's the Rye Field Panther. Look at the size of that side profile. I mean, this is a normal box. It's like almost twice the height of a normal box. All right, so this one is the Panther Off G, late versions with full interior, 1/35th scale. Now, full interior may not mean full interior to some people. There's a whole thing about this, you know. They missed a part. It's not full. Yeah, movable design for track links, suspension system, artillery, and other components. Provide a set of 800mm steel road wheels, which can be used for after April 1945. Accurately reproduced and restored the interior and exterior structure as well as details of the Panther Ost-G tank. Rye Field. Get many of your peoples who speak English to check this text first. I mean, there's a lot of grammatical errors in there. But it's just not necessary because, you know, you guys have a lot of friends who speak English. Just run this text by them before you print it on the box. Yeah. So, because I don't know, for me, it's not a huge deal, you know, But for somebody in a store who's never bought one of your kits before, it's going to mean, they may be like, wow, they don't even, they don't get the text right. If they don't get the text right, then, it's one of those just kind of basic things. Well, we have this is the clear, I think. Yeah. So this has a clear turret and a clear hull and a clear back hull section. I'm not sure, I guess because it has the interior, so they give you the option of doing like a clear, unless those are the only parts included for those pieces. Let's see. Curiosity is getting the better of me, and I'm actually looking at it. I'm actually not seeing, yeah, those are the pieces. So you have to paint the clear if you're going to do, if you're not going to do anything with, as a clear option, I guess. Interesting. All right, so we'll get that one done definitely as a full unboxing, and then send it on to somebody for a full build. But yeah, very cool, very cool. So we have all these things this week to look at. As far as the other, well, yeah, of course you're not going to stay. Fall down on me. Don't fall down. No. I give up. All right. Okay, so that's everything we got this week. In case you're not familiar with how this process works, we will put these up on our samples list, although I think I'm a little behind. Need to get last batch up there as well. I get focused on programmings and stuff, and I lose track of samples. But we definitely will process through on all our samples. And yeah, I know some of you are going, yeah, Jim, you said you'd do unboxing reviews of some of this other stuff. And I will catch up. I promise. I swear. Yeah, probably won't. But I'll do as best I can, which is all I can promise. So what else is going on? Well, this is the developer portion of this update. Yeah, I found a really good base core user management system that's already been coded, is ready to basically build upon. It does, all the normal login things and member or user access with permissions and groups and things like that. It also does things like Google login and Facebook login, meaning you can, as a Facebook user, you could just set up an account, or you could hopefully link your current account. I haven't actually tested this yet, but it would be nice if you could obviously just link your account, like if you already have an account on our site, you can just link it to Facebook, so you'll be able to use your Facebook login, which is, nice. It's convenient. I do it with some sites, so I'd like to have that functionality. And anyways, but that means once I go this route and go down this path, I'm going to have to start building all the other functionality, which means news publishing, reviews publishing, features, all the things that the current sites do will have to essentially be rebuilt, but under one system rather than the current system, which we have is 3 different management things for those 3 different things. And the forums, of course, too. But the forums, I'm actually figuring changing the way our forums work a little bit, in the sense that they won't be just like typical forum layout. It'll probably be more like you create a new post, like you do on Facebook or something. And then that is the topic, and then the people reply to it, it's there. And then so people could create a blog post, and then they can keep adding to that blog article, and then comments can be added to the blog itself. But there'll be essentially replies to the main thing. So in other words, when you create a blog post, you probably could maybe give some options of different ways of doing it, but you'd create your initial photos and, text and so forth. And then when you add on to it, it would just kind of keep adding on to that original post, like new photos and so forth have been added today for this blog. And that'll allow a little bit more of a kind of a one-stop look for people looking at the blog. They won't have to kind of go down to page 5, to see the next pictures you posted. They'll be able to just see that from the main article or the main page for it. And also I want to build in some things that have been around for a while on the internet, but things like, ask a question. So someone could be able to come in and say, post a question about X thing, what's the best way to, should I prime models or not prime models, that kind of thing. And then people can answer the question. And then if somebody does an answer that either the group or that person accepts as the best answer, they'll check it and so forth. That's used a lot in technical kind of online things, but I think it has a benefit, because it means that essentially that it can be used as a knowledge base, which is always nice. But yeah, so stuff functionality like that. How long will those take? I don't know. It could take a long time because we're talking about essentially rebuilding the site from scratch and also trying to port in the data from the existing site as a database thing into the new site, which means writing routines to convert that data into the new data. And some of that's going to work and some of it's not. And then might have to go in there and manually kind of fix things and so forth. But hopefully if I do it right, it'll all gel well and work together and so forth. And people will be, I'm sure, going, oh, I miss the old site. I miss the way this works because I don't like change and so forth. But you know what? The code based on our current site is really old. It's pushing almost 20. You know, it's getting up there. In like a few years, it'll be 20 years old. And not that that code hasn't been changed and updated over the years. It has. But the fundamental core code that it's based on is really old. So unfortunately, it has limitations. One of those limitations is hosting, because eventually I might get to a point where I can't host the site anymore on current hosting providers because they have far too newer versions of things for me to run, you know, the old code on, which things like PHP, you know, has, when the site started, I believe we were on something like PHP 2.0 or 3.0. Now we're on PHP 7.0. So, you know, like it's actually changed that much over time. Anyways, so all things you guys probably don't care about, programming related things. Anyway, so if you're interested in samples though, check out our samples list. I'll put the links below to kind of get more information on that. And we will see you next time, and I will maybe even see you later today with an unboxing, because I'm going to try to get at least one done today. And maybe I'll probably pick the Panther, because it's obviously a very, very kind of interesting topic release thing. And I'll definitely do the 48 scale Tamiya, and also the other Tamiya white box kit we got, which was, I believe, the Messerschmitt, right? 109, some kind of 109. Anyways, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Balance.